Alright, I've been searching this map and the earthquakes and just looking at a few things that's going on right now. Now here's what's going on is these anomalies are moving across the plate. I got to show you something here because it's for your safety. This needs to be seen. Okay, let's go back to, you can see the dates up here, Tuesday the 1st, November the 1st, and we'll start out there. Now you can watch these move across. See this? They're highlighted, the areas where you can see it move across. And we go to the second. We just keep doing that. Just watch this over here. Watch it move. There's the 6th. The 6th, everything was cloudy. So when it's real cloudy, it don't show, which now it's showing up. Must have been cloudy down in this area. But when it's like that, that means it's cloudy. There's the 7th. It's all the way down through Florida. Over half, looks like about close to half of the state heated up. This means that the ground under the surface is drying out. Now when the solar flares come and the energy, it evaporates water from the earth. Let's go on over to the 9th. Today is the 12th, so there's the 9th. It's done left Florida, going off the east coast. Now all this goes together, what I'm showing you here, with what I'm about to show you. You can see how it's clearing out, going off the east coast, and this is coming over. Okay, that's the 10th, so it's already went all on over. Let me see. Okay, I got all mixed up right there. That's the 10th. This is the 11th. Had all that storming going on over in here. You can see it over here in California, though, and up into Canada. And today is the 12th. So now it's starting over here. We got storms right here. We got a flood actually going on right now where we're at, southern West Virginia. But you can see these spots down through here. Okay, let's go check something else out. Now, this is anomalies that move across the map. Like I said, it's heat under the surface. It will dry out the whole east before you know it, if this keeps going. If we keep reflecting the sun back to itself and making it throw solar storms, solar flares, evaporates the water from the earth, this all goes together. Okay, now this here is time lapse. This is Mount St. Helens in Dog's Head. And we start out from 1984, all the way up to 2022. But they stopped showing us at 2022. You can see this come out. Just watch this area, in case if you haven't seen it before. I've showed it to my subscribers before. See how that's coming out? There's 14, 15. Let's stop it on 22. Okay, right there is where it stopped. It was still in motion and still ongoing. Mount St. Helens. Now let's go back and look at the earth. East Coast, the east. Let's look at the east. Let's check it out. Alright, you see all this green? It's a lot greener. Hold on just a second. Okay, as I was going to say, it's a lot greener in 1984 and 87. We'll start out at 89. You can see all of this. And here's the brown. There's the dry for the west, where it's all dried out. Got all those deserts and everything. Alright, now the east, starting from 1989. You can watch all of this starting to light up, starting to dry out as we go along. It's on 2000, year 2000. Just keep watching it. You see how it's starting to dry out and get hot up through Indianapolis and Illinois, Ohio, starting to come on down. You can see this starting to dry out also down through here. Now let's go back up through it again. It's going through it again. Let's stop it on 2022 and see where we're at. You can see how it's lighting up, starting to dry out, along with the anomalies that we have coming across the plate. Everything's matching up together. Okay, that's 2022. You can see how dry this is, how it's just all drying out. This is getting hotter. Now let's go look at something else that's coming along. What's, with what all this is causing. Okay, now over in the east, the new major is increasing at a 2.8 today. And this is right over from New York. We looked at this before. We got a crack coming through, and we got the plates pushing against each other. And it's going to cause a large quake on the East Coast. And I don't think it's too long from now myself. You can see all this around High Bridge. And let me back this up a little bit. That is west of Elizabeth. But here is New York, northwest of Edison. Okay, now these earthquakes. Pennsylvania. Over here, right on the outside of it. New Jersey, so that is northern New Jersey. It's not too far from New York. And we got this going on. If the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, let me back this up. If the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, you can see all this that went on here a little bit ago. But if it's pushing this way, and this side is pushing this way, it's spreading apart. So it's pushing over here on the east coast. You have underwater seamounts all the way through here, small volcanoes. If you look at it, that's what it really is. Coming in, and they're coming in up this way toward Connecticut, Boston, and in between here. So then we got this big crack coming right through New York, where we've had earthquake activity in the past. Maybe millions of years ago, I don't know. But the east coast, we're going to get it like a 7.2. And I don't think it's too far away myself. And right after I put out these updates, maybe a month, something like that, month and a half, maybe close to 2 months, I don't know. But anyway, after we talked about this, we started getting activity here. And it will increase in time. Maybe disappear and then just pop up all at once. But it will increase. That shows it's a weak spot now. Alright, now what all this boils down to is if we do get a large quake, which we will, and this here, southeast of Fire Island, New York, it's cut off. It's a tsunami station. And this one here was Sable Island Bank, east of Boston, Massachusetts, and it went over here, out from this one. It's a drift buoy, and it kept going. They didn't retrieve it. I guess it's not worth it. Okay, this one here, it's kind of moved toward the land a little bit, but not too much. But it's cut off, and they've had it cut off for a long time. Now, Florida was cut off. And we wrote to governor, and, you got to write to Congress, and this is what's important. From Boston down through here, Newfoundland, all this, all the way down through North Carolina, South Carolina, you need to write to Congress now, because this is thousands and thousands of lives that we're talking about. Once it happens, can't say, well, I wished I would have wrote to Congress and stayed on them until they done it. So many writes, they have to do it. It gets noticed. One person, 10 people writes, well, they probably throw it in the trash knowing them. But if the whole pile of people writes and they keep writing, then it becomes noticeable and it has to be done. Okay, Florida, they cut Florida on when we was on that and we wrote to Congress. A bunch of people did on my channel. Now, here's what's going on with Florida now. We zoom on in. Okay, here is Bermuda. This is south of Bermuda. And the tsunami station is supposed to be southwest of Hamilton, Bermuda. These are starting to move and starting to drift. Do you see how far it is away from Florida now? You remember when we got them cut on, the subscribers that's still here. You remember when they cut these on, they was over here near the coast. And that protected some of Georgia, North Carolina, you know, would help us see it coming in. But now, they're drifting out. These up through here didn't even bother to retrieve that one all the way over here toward the other countries, toward London and places. I mean, lives is not replaceable. You can't replace a life. Anyway, over here, like Hawaii. Hawaii's part of North America. This is only going on around North America. Well, all these other countries, protected. Look at all this. Look at New Zealand and places. Protected. We start getting over on North America side. Unprotected. Destroying their sun. Heating up the earth, evaporating water from the earth. It is going to get really bad in the next few years. But you have to see it before you believe it. Some people, you know. Some people already know it. This here is up from Vancouver, out from Vancouver. The only one we have on is out from Seattle. Out from Washington and Oregon. Now let's go over here though, Hawaii. Now we got the big slump on this side of Hawaii. We should have one over here. This is part of North America. You know, I'm protected. Now look at this tsunami station. Do you see what's going on here? It's not being took care of. No maintenance. There's something going on here. Unprotected. So, what are we going to do when a tsunami hits the East Coast or something? We ain't going to know it's coming. But you all ain't going to know it's coming. I'm all the way over in West Virginia in the high mountains. I don't think it's going to get to me. But, you know, I know it ain't. But this here, if La Palma gives the flank or an earthquake out here on the mid-Atlantic ridge, that could happen anytime, any second. Or a big 7.2 over here right off the shore or on land right around New York. What's going to happen? Thousands of lives will be lost. And it will be one big sad time. So I think it's worth it if people just start writing now. Get this done. Get these on. Over here. You got these down into California, Los Angeles and places. We have a lot of earthquake activity out here. This is a weak spot around Los Angeles. You got this up here around San Francisco. We've had some large quakes through here through the years, you know, in the past. In our history. And right here is part of the Cascadia subduction zone. Another part of the Cascadia subduction zone. The beginning and the next to the end. Around Newport. That is around Seattle. So I just want you to know what kind of protection is going on in North America. It's heating up. This here is now partly over here. You can see the map here, how it looks. You go to 2022, and that's where it stops at. When the next one comes on, I'll show it to you if I can. But this here dries out. So, all I can say is, you need to start writing to Congress. This is really important, all the way from Florida up, all the way from Seattle up, Los Angeles. Mexico, they're pretty well taking care of theirs, except for the northern part, their people. South America, pretty well covered on their part. Got one right here that's not covered, but that's on, if the earthquake happens in the cocoa plates, then these right here should go into event mode. And Florida was taking care of theirs, but now they're a drift buoy, and it would take the Congress to write them and get our leader to assure safety, your safety. Boston, New York, even down through Washington, you know, parts of it, Nova Scotia. This could get bad in an instant, in the blink of an eye. So I'm just warning you, you know, you need to, if you live in these areas and you're worried about your life or friends' lives or family, anything like that, where a tsunami could come in off the coast, be a part of saving their lives. Write to Congress. It has to be done. Something got to be done. It's got to be done. There's no way out of it. All right, I'll see you all next time. I hope this gets done. I hope these come on soon. If not, we're going to have a sad time. It'll be really bad. I'll see you next time.